Numark over the past year have really gone big on controllers. You've recently had the NS6 with its all metal construction, the iDJ Pro with its iPad functions, but before all that was the Mixdeck with its dual CD decks built in, and that's what we'll be looking at today. Most controllers support iPhone or iPods, normally using it as a basic USB device, but the Mixdeck actually incorporates them into the body of the controller, and we'll come back to that in more detail shortly. So this has your typical controller layout and even looks like two CD decks and a mixer side by side. At the top you have a USB input to plug in a hard drive, as well as backlit screens giving you basic information on the track you are playing. Below all this is your loop controls offering seamless looping, and just below that is your loop, hot cue and sample buttons. It's a shame all these functions share the same buttons, especially because the buttons are a bit too small and close together for our liking. You'll notice the record button. You can record your mixes in real time and send the recording to your plugged in iPod or iPhone, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. The unit comes with a range of beta synced effects including chop, echo, filter, flanger, pan and phaser, with dedicated wet-dry controls for them all. We're not huge fans of the fader controls for the wet-dry, but we know some of you are. Basically its length is quite small, so it often feels a bit imprecise. There's a bleep reverse, which gives you the ability to keep time moving forward whilst you cut or reverse a track. And turntable fans will appreciate the individual stop and start times for each deck, giving you that turntable feel controllers have a hard time trying to replicate. At the bottom is your eject button for the front loaded CD decks, and your standard playing cue buttons. The plasters are touch sensitive, and whilst a bit light and plasticky, work pretty well. Outer rings illuminate for visual indication of deck performance and the deck mode. Finally on the right is a nice long pitch fader and pitch bend controls. The right of the unit is an exact copy of the left, so it's like having two separate CD decks. The unit features a fully featured built-in mixer. Each input channel has its own gain, freeband EQ and kills. There's replaceable crossfaders and switchable slope and reverser on the front there. At the top of the unit is a dock for your iPod or iPhone. Sadly this unit is now a year old at the time recording, so your iPhone 5 won't connect to it with the standard connector there. There's a wheel to control the movement of a piece of plastic inside, so it can handle any sized or shaped iPod or iPhone. In the centre are your iPod controls and for controlling software. This unit comes complete with tracked to Numark edition, but will work with other software such as Virtual DJ. You've got dual 1/8 and 1/4 inch headphone outputs, which are provided on the front of the unit, balanced XLR and unbalanced RCA outputs, as well as booth and record outs at the back. There's direct stereo output for each deck for use with timecode interfaces such as Scratch Live as well. This unit works as a standalone CD player, plays CDs, MP3 CDs and even timecode CDs. You can record your set to your iPod or iPhone, and it's got a pretty nice build quality to it. The unit is a little bulky thanks to those CD decks on the front, but for a fully featured unit it allows you to play anywhere with practically any music source. It's certainly not a top of the range unit, but for the price it's hard to complain about that. The small buttons are off-putting, and whilst the NS6 or DDJ SX are near to its price range, they are controllers only, so they are not independents like this, but at the same time they have a lot more functions. Don't forget to check out hotdjgear.com for a huge range of DJ t-shirts, where you can even make your own DJ t-shirts, as well as DJ news and reviews. Thanks for watching.